Last one of the day. This is Capricorn. Welcome to Karma on Deck. This is your reading for this week, July 15th, 21. Here we go. Here we go, Capricorn. This is you. Well, me as well. Queen of Swords, decision making. Six of Wands, things work out in your favor. The Devil card, which is Capricorn, by the way. The Devil card is the Capricorn card. That's the sign that associates with that. Temperance is balance. Three of Cups is celebration. We have the Four of Swords, the Two of Swords, the Emperor, the Ace of Wands. So a lot of new beginnings is happening. We have the Nine of Cups. Celebration is on its way. So that might mean that you have some parties going on, some fun play dates, etc. We have the Three of Cups. That has to do with chemistry, sexuality, sensuality, playtime. This is all about having a good time. So Capricorn has some pretty fun things that are coming up for them. We also see the Temperance card, which is balance. So if you've gone without this kind of attention, without this kind of energy, you finally get to go out and have something fun or do something fun. With the Two of Swords and the Four of Swords in play, that tells us that there is a lot of indecision that's going on for Capricorn as well. I would say that the Two of Swords and indecision has been an energy that's gone on for all the readings today. Must be an astrological aspect. Where's my astrologers at? What's the aspect that we're dealing with? I see the Five of Pentacles, which is receiving charity, receiving gifts, receiving help. Obviously, a lot of us don't like to receive help, but this is a period in which you might find an abundance of support and help. With the King of Wands in play, it might tell me that you have to take some leadership in business. Wands is work. King of Wands is leadership. So when you have this card, it tells us that it's necessary for you to start taking some steps toward being the one to make some decisions when it's in regards to your employment or in regards to work as a whole. With the Emperor in play, it's kind of similar to the King of Wands. Now, the Emperor is a very male energy. It's the Empress is a little bit more of a nurturing energy. This one right here is about going out and taking what's yours. So with the Emperor in play, this is a very demanding energy. This is where you need to start speaking out and speaking up and really being very dominant with things. And so next to that is also the Ace of Wands. So if you're coming up on a new beginning, it might be in regards to work, might be in regards to projects, things that you actually physically do. Now, you have the Four of Swords in play. And what's so interesting about the Four of Swords is it has to do with silence. I call this the Snow White card. If you remember the story of Snow White, she's out in the woods and she's not talking to anybody. She's not talking to her dwarves. She's not talking to friends and family. She will only talk to the prince, and it has to be the right prince and the right kiss and the right time. So are you isolated at all? Are you feeling as if you won't talk to people unless it's a certain requirement or in a certain way? We have this Two of Swords, which is indecision. And like I was just telling Sagittarius, well, actually the other readings in general, we're all having this similar stuck energy of feeling like hesitant to make a decision. And I will tell myself, as I tell everyone else, take my own advice here, the Two of Swords has to do with indecision. But remember, sometimes one decision will expire. If you don't take the one job, you're stuck with the other, and you'll often, or one guy over another guy or woman, where you have two, and then you end up with one because you didn't make a decision and it kind of happened for you. And next thing you know, you're like, I wonder what would have happened with that other situation because you didn't decide. So just remember that sometimes if you're sitting on the fence for too long, one of them will expire. It's like your coupon you can't use anymore. That opportunity is gone. So the Devil card, what is it that's vexing you, Capricorn? What is it? What rules and obligations have you put upon yourself? What bad habits are riding you? Are you being lazy? Are you not owning to your commitments? Are you not telling the truth? Like, what is the Devil card that's in play for you? What is it that's vexing you? Because that's what that card is all about. The things that are riding you, or your expectations and the bad habits that you have. With the Six of Wands in play, just know, though, that things are going to turn out in your favor. Do not be impulsive with money. You have the Hierophant and the Page of Pentacles. So if you got a little bit of money and you want to spend some of it, this is telling you that you should probably stick to the thing you're supposed to do with it. Pay those bills, fill your pantry, pay back money you owe instead of being impulsive, because I see a tendency for you to want to do that right now. We also have the Eight of Pentacles, which is repetition and redundancy. What that tells us is keep to your schedule. Don't change things right now. Capricorn's really good at keeping a schedule anyway. But with the Hierophant in play, it also references faith. Now, if you were listening to the Sagittarius reading, it talks about the things that drive us, the expectations that we have, the programs that run us. However, this time it's feeling like now we're going to have a little bit of faith, because that's what the Hierophant is all about, is faith, right? Sometimes it's about what the structure of faith looks like, and sometimes it's the action of faith. And this time, it's all about the action of faith. Keep doing what you're doing and trust, because it's all going to work out in your favor. You have the Three of Cups and the Temperance. That means things are within balance. So don't get too tripped out. Don't get too freaked out. I don't feel like you are. But ultimately, asking for help is something that you don't want to do. So you're trying to prevent that by doing the right thing. Eight of Wands. You've been through a lot, but you're going to come through even stronger. Let's pull some cards from Steampunk Tarot for your moon reading. Book your one-on-one, karmaondeck.com. There is Tarot 101 classes, spiritual mentorship and coaching on there. Also your readings, Reiki, etc. Book your session. The calendar is right there on the website. Also like, subscribe, and share. I'd love your company on my YouTube. That's where I would love your support. And you can see the picture-in-picture for those of you that are on Instagram on my YouTube. All right, here we go for the Capricorn moon reading. The Hierophant, again, where does my faith lie? What is it? Where is it that I have my faith? We have the Ten of Wands too. You're feeling as if you're going in the dark of night right now. The Lover's card. Are you finding that balance? Now, the Lover's card is also about dichotomy, right? We have the Page of Cups. Again, the Nine of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, Judgment. Now, Judgment is coming up quite a bit lately. I think Judgment is Saturn energy. Is that right? Keep doing what you're doing. You also have the Two of Swords here. Stop being so indecisive, Capricorn. Make a decision and stick with it. You know, I feel like Capricorn is watching to see what other people are doing before they pull the trigger, before they go ahead and make that agreement, because they're worried if they're doing the right thing. And that's a lot of Hierophant, right? Hierophant's like, what's the right thing to do? Am I appropriate? What benchmark am I setting myself up against? Again, we have the Six of Pentacles. So don't be surprised if support comes from some unlikely source for you. Again, Two of Swords, which is all about that balance. It's all about that indecision. So again, I'll just say it, even though I'm saying it throughout all these different readings, indecision is a decision. You end up with what you end up with if you don't decide. It's like whatever fruit falls from the tree. So instead of reaching up to the top and pulling something from a beautiful branch, we're picking up the dregs. We're picking up what's left over. And we don't want leftovers. Live an intentional life. Live a purpose-driven life. And we end up with what's left over if we don't be concise with what we need. Now, some of these things that are already in play, Eight of Pentacles, things that we've been doing over and over, Six of Swords, things that are in motion. Notice this balloon is already in motion. So how do we change those things? Well, we don't. We sit and we wait, because right now we have the Fool card, which is opportunity. And the thing about the Fool card is this isn't the moment of choice. This is the possibility of opportunity in front of you. So don't be surprised. Like, here's the thing. This is your moon reading. So this is what we're thinking about, right? So even though we have this indecision, right, we have this watching for the right moment. And then we have things coming to us. So even though we feel like we have to make a decision and a decision is true, at least make a decision for what you want and be clear on that. The Fool card tells us opportunity is sitting right at our doorstep, and it is the action that makes us step across that threshold to take the left versus the right path, or the right versus the left. So what is it that you decide, Capricorn? That's what your reading is all about. Thinking things. Look at you thinking things. Capricorn thinking. And Judgment. Are you being harsh with yourself? Are you being your own worst critic, Capricorn? I would say yes, because I'm a Capricorn. I'm being my own worst critic right now. Let's pull a card from the Divination of the Ancients and see what your message is for this week. And then I am going to wrap up for the day. I think I did good doing 5 out of 12. All right, Divination of the Ancients. What's our message, Capricorn? Here we go. Psychometry, sensitivity. So maybe the messages are coming to you a little more subtle than you expect. And instead of getting that big lightning strike, you're getting small, subtle messages. So this is telling you sensitivity. Be a little more subtle with the world. I've been saying lately, I go gently with the world goes gently with me. I want to thank you for hanging out with me. I will catch you on the flip side. Hopefully I'll be back on a schedule now that everything